Hello, my name is Pablo Amira. I am with Aaron, and he will help me to illustrate and explain this idea, this routine, this technique that you can use propless for mentalists in any kind of situation, very casual and very interesting to observe, that they call the real remote viewing. The title of the effect in a manner explains you the approach in which we will know the information from a participant. We will try to see in a real way what he is thinking. And this is based in a concept from my mentor, Kenton Nepper, that he uses with the invisible deal of playing cards. And we will approach this idea of basically see what the participant is really seeing to know some information. So I will go a pseudo performance with Aaron, and I will explain some details. So Aaron, I will try to elicit some imagination of you. You have your good imagination, right?
Right.
Yeah. So in here, I have a very simple object. Okay. You can see that it's a fruit. It's your favorite fruit. You can see it, right? Yeah, you can see the shape, the colors, even the sensation that gives you when you smell it, when you taste it. And obviously this fruit can be as small as a small berry or as big as a watermelon. Doesn't matter in my hand, but you can see it in there, right? Okay, so you can see it, and also because this is more emotional for you, I will keep it floating in there. I'm a magician, you know? And I will take in this hand another object. So in here we have the fruit, and in this I will try to stimulate a little bit your rational mind. So in here I have some alphabet cards. You can see it, right? A, B, C, and so on. They're in order, so please take them, don't shuffle it. Okay. You are right or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Okay, so you take with the left hand and you pass one by one. Okay. So let's do this to start to stimulate your rational mind. I will look away. You start to first of all think in the first letter of the fruit that you are thinking. Okay. The first letter, and search it on the alphabet cards. Okay. So go one by one. And wherever you see the letter, stops.
Stop.
Okay, no, you don't need to tell me. You
Okay.
are looking the first letter, okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's pick a random letter from the middle of the word, okay?
Okay.
And now cut the deck and watch this letter. You can see the letter right now, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Look at it again, one more time. Okay, I think that I am connected right now with your thought, with your rational thought. Now let's go again with this. Let's take this for a moment. It's invisible, so it's very difficult to find, but it's okay. I have other ones. And now let's focus in here again, in this object. Now think again of the smell, of the sensations. You eat this fruit recently?
No.
No?
No, I don't.
But it's your favorite fruit?
Yes.
Yes. And we talk in Spanish, but you are thinking this in English, right?
Yes.
Yes, and I think that this the fruit for you has some relevance in the past with a family memory, but not in solid taste. But you can do juice with this fruit, right?
Yes.
Yes, and I sense as sweet, but not so sweet. It's not sour like a lemon, right?
No.
Yeah, but it's sweet, but not so sweet. It's kind of. If I put the hand like this, is like this the size, right? It's not very small. It's an apple.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
an apple.
Yeah. So this is for you, so you can have your apple whenever you want. Well, this is the explanation. It's very simple, but it's completely effective when you want to have a thought in the participant's mind without any paper, not because it's bad or because this is better, it's different. If you want to create an interesting interaction with your audience, you can do it. And because of the nature of this routine, you need to have a good audience management, participant management, and be flexible, because this is one part of the method that about the technique that we will explain. It's as simple as to see what the participant is doing and how many cards the participant will start to move. So in the first moment, I categorize the thought, in this case, a fruit. Can be anything. Can be a zodiac sign, can be a city of the world, whatever. Obviously, it depends in your language. If you have many words with one letter, maybe you need to see. But in fruits, it's very simple. With another with A can be, for example, in Spanish can be arándano. Can be otra con A. Well, doesn't matter. So you need to be very flexible again, because this method of watching basically what the participant is doing will allow you to know the first letter. And from that you can go start fetching and know it. So I present the premise of the idea of the imagination, the object, the imagined object, and then the alphabet cards. I give the participant the alphabet cards, and I need to be very clear about the fact that the cards are in order, alphabetical order. So the participant will go A, B, C, D, and so on. So I start doing, and I do this, okay? I'm still looking with my hand, but apparently I am looking away. Again, in the interaction I am talking maybe with other person while I am looking the actions. And in this moment, I see that I don't make like this, but it was very quick and you didn't do any move. So I say, okay, it's an A or a B. I was not very sure. So then I knew that information, and then I covered that small method with the action of cutting the cards and look any letter from the middle. That is completely relevant for the method, but for the presentation makes like the procedure is more complicated. It's not as simple as, okay, you saw the first letter. So for the participant is, okay, I saw a letter, I saw another letter, and this helps the performer to connect with my mind. So then I know, because it's an A or B, I start to fetch about the fruit. So because we are talking in English, I start to think, okay, can be a banana or can be an apple. It's more psychologically appealing. Obviously, because of the environment of the performance, the participant will not think in very crazy things. So you can even go with a psychological force or technique. But in this case, the invisible deal is great. So I start to try to do a little bit of reading, get a few chances with that, and then I went with a few simple words that allows me to know exactly what it's thinking. So I say, because in one moment I thought it was a berry, a small a small fruit. So I put my hand like this and say, you can see that this is like the size of the real fruit, right? So this allows me to know that it's not as small like a strawberry or something like that. And then the revelation about saying is sweet but not so sweet also tells me, okay, it's not a banana, because banana is not very sweet, but the apple is sweet but not so sweet, like another type of strawberry for example. So then, because I know, okay, it's an A and it's not so sweet, an apple. Okay, so what happens if you get a mistake? Doesn't matter, because again, you are working with a relaxed environment. You are not socially pressured or commercially pressured for money, and no one wants to hire a performer that gets a mistake. But still, if you don't take mistakes, you don't get legends, you don't get great stories, right? So this is a great way to know the first letter of any thought, and then with your fetching, with your good structured questions and techniques, you can know the rest of the word. So this is the real remote view. And you have any question, any comment?
No, nothing.
No? So thanks for your interest and have a good day.